I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. I want you to stand up for just a second because I want to make an announcement here today. The announcement that I wish to make today is that I plan, and we as the congregation of ATLAH Community Baptist Church, in addition to all other legal complaints that we have and lawsuits that we have filed or that have been filed against us, I want you to know that we've come to the decision, officially, the ATLAH Church, to launch a $300 million lawsuit against the white shoe thieves. Now, the term white shoe is for those, if you will, that belong to the Mayflower. Their parents came over on the Mayflower. And their bloodline can be traced all the way back to Mother England, if you will. And there are law firms called white shoe because they have such privilege. They have so much money. And they have such, if you will, accountability to their race and to their political ideas. I plan to launch a $100 million lawsuit against the city of New York for religious persecution, in addition to the violation of the civil rights of this church. Now, this is separate and different from the lawsuit that is now pending in federal court on my behalf, pro se. I plan to also launch a $100 million lawsuit against the Mellon Bank and Robin Vince as president for their civil rights violation of prosecuting a law that they know was discriminatory, predatory, and unjust. They know it. They know that, and yet they are continuing to prosecute that law against this church and against other entities. I plan to launch $100 million against them as well. And I plan to bring a lawsuit against the MTAG organization that which prosecutes and trials these lawsuits, along with James Meeks, who is the president of the MTAG organization. And I plan to launch these combined $300 million lawsuit post-haste. And it is my intent to take this all the way to bat. By that, I mean that's a term inside the jailhouse where they say we're going to trial. We ain't going to cop a plea. We're not going to settle. And the reason why I don't want to settle is because if we settle, we can't air all of what went on in the confines of this entire operation. The whole world needs to see in court record what they have done over the years. So there'll be no settlement talks. There'll be no settlement talks. And not only will there be no settlement talks, but they're not going to be able to beat me, us, we in court. They're not going to be able to do it. They're guilty. They're as guilty as sin. And they have no defense. And the trial court, the jury may decide to give us more than $300 million. You cannot begin to imagine how important this is. You can't begin to imagine the hell I have to go through considering the fact that they could take this building, and if they do, they take my house. They not only take my job, but they take my house that I've lived in for 40 years. They take my job, they take my reputation, they take the school that we have established. They are perched to raise hell like nobody's ever raised hell. You can't begin to imagine what I do every day to fight these devils. Yes, sir. 300 million ain't enough. It ain't hardly enough. And the truth I'm going to tell in them courtrooms about what they've done to torture. So we're going to ask the same poor people to pass judgment on that pimp called Trump. We're going to ask these same poor people to pass judgment on the city of New York, on the Mellon Bank, and the MTAG organization. Poor people are finally going to get a chance to pass judgment on the rich and the powerful that have been running around here for years. And unlike that snake Al Sharpton, I will not sell the poor people out. I will not walk away from defending the people for a couple of dollars from the rich and the powerful. I will stand until justice, true justice, is gotten for the poor people of the world. That's what I'm going to do. Y'all run around here talking about Eric Adams and Al Sharpton and Barack Obama. How big a fool, what kind of fools are you? All they do is sell you out and you get poorer every day and the rich get richer. No, I won't do that to you.